Hello, good people. Welcome to the channel. My name is Shelia in Korea. It's been a while, long time no see. I'm just like, let me go and chat with the people. I'm so excited because of many things which are happening. My internet is acting up like really crazy. Let me switch off from my other phone because wow, it was like off. So let me switch off Wi-Fi from my other phone. Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about my experience in Korean language school. Story time. So for those who know about me, you know that I have been living in Korea for the past 11 years. And I came to Korea, yes, in 2011, March, and I came right into the Korean language school. So Korean language school was an institute by Keimyung University, a private school in Daegu. It was a scholarship that I study Korean, pass intermediate level, and then start studying my master's degree. Hey, I just have to let you know so that you understand where I'm coming from and where I am going. So I spent 18 months in Korean language school, but the first weeks of my Korean language study were not easy at all. I'll just share everything so that maybe if you may be someone who have been watching my channel for a long time and you'll be wondering what is she doing in Korea, you understand where I came from. So I don't know if my video is on public. I don't know. But I need to check because it's quite strange to have more than 2 minutes before anyone even say hi. So I'm going to check that one and be back to you. Yes, it's on public. It's on public. I see it. It's on public. It's on public, mama. It's on public. I see it. I see the channel is on public. So good people. Yeah, my language, Korean language lifestyle, or when I was in Korean language, that's when I learned the most about life. I learned about surviving. I learned about just being diligent when it comes to learning. I came to Korea when I didn't even know any Korean character, nothing whatsoever. My head was blank. I didn't even do self-study like what other people used to do. Nothing. So, and to even make things worse, I came to Korea. I think we were 2 or 3 weeks late for the Korean language school because our documents were delivered late. So yeah, there I was, me and my friend and my other colleagues from Nigeria, the other one from Angola. We didn't know anything about Korean and we were late. So we were given one teacher to teach us patiently and just to make us learn faster so that we catch up with other students. I don't know if the music is sounding okay or whatsoever. Really, it's a struggle when doing live stream, especially when people join up later. It's like I don't really know if it's really having sound or not. So I'll do that process of listening back. Let me do that on my phone if the internet connects. I've just put it here to see if the internet connects. I'll check from my phone if the sound is okay. So yeah, when we got our teacher, she started teaching us for like every day we were having 4 hours of Korean language study. 4 hours. And then because we came late, we requested that we requested for a study room, so we're given a study room where we can easily go and study with a teacher who was assisting us because we were the late comers. Yeah. So when we went to, let me listen back. I really want to make sure the sound is okay. Good people, is the sound okay? Please let me know. I see there's one person. Thank you so much for watching. So, okay, I'm trying to listen. My internet was showing it's connected, but why is it not showing now? So my current teacher was like, she started teaching us, especially we were writing and writing and writing, and she was telling us there's power in repetition. And she didn't even say it in Korean, in English. Everything she was saying was pure Korean. The only time we heard her speak English, it was okay. I've mentioned in other videos, she would just say okay. And sometimes I used to regret to say, why did I come to Korea when the teacher is teaching in Korean? I thought I would learn Korean in English. That was my assumption. So weeks moved by, like first week we were practicing ga, na, da, ra every day. It was serious study. It was really serious study of Korean language. I remember writing over and over all the letters of the Korean alphabet over and over so that I master them. Good people, anyone listening, please let me know if the sound is okay. Yeah, the sound looks okay. So I'll continue. So she told us there's power in repetition. So that's when I mastered repetition of writing Korean characters, writing and writing, day in, day out. And we had this fear of failing. We had this fear of failing because our scholarships were like, if you fail, you go back to your country. If you fail, you go back to your country. So that was our major motivation for study. For me, it was like a killer because I'm one person who doesn't like to fail at all. I don't like to fail. So I was really putting so much effort day in, day out, studying Korean. First 2 weeks, we mastered the Korean characters. And hello to True Mamle. Hi, how are you? How is Europe? I'm good, thank you. I mastered Korean language within 2 weeks. I mastered the alphabet. And when we mastered the alphabet, the teacher was like, okay, I think now you are ready to go to the other class and join other students. The other students were already, maybe I said 2 weeks earlier. And to see my classmates it was a major shocker. My classmates were all Chinese students, Japanese students. I'm talking of people who could understand Korean to some extent, but only with the weakness of writing or weakness of speaking. That's why they came to elementary kind of Korean language. And for me, it was something very strange because I thought we were going to study on our own, like people who don't really know anything at all, and separately from other people who knew something. You know, this thing of us Africans of training children to stick to our native language only and never study anything. I know now people have changed. They are slowly changing to train their children to study several languages, French, Portuguese, whatsoever. That's good. But our mother's generation, they never thought of that unless you are a very rich family where your parents can actually pay for you to go for private lessons for French or whatsoever, or go to a private school where you can study foreign languages. So for me, my foreign language that I really learned in class was Korean language, and I learned it from scratch. It was not easy. So this is a major motivation why now I'm trying to concentrate on even not losing my Korean skill, because I really worked so hard for this thing. I toiled day in, day out. I cried. There was a time I used to cry because it was so difficult to prepare for test level exam like the TOPIK exam. It was so difficult because I couldn't understand most of the words. I couldn't understand most of the expressions. My listening skill was low. Everything was not really okay. The time was moving fast. I was supposed to pass within 6 months, within a year. And at 8 months, I was still struggling with vocabulary. I was still struggling with even sentence construction. So I was like constantly asking myself, where am I going? Because I didn't know where I was going as a student. Because to say I was improving or what, I was not really seeing it. So I had to write elementary exam for Korean language so that I gained confidence. So I wrote the elementary exam for gaining confidence, and then to my surprise, I passed. I think I passed with around 90 something marks. So I was ready to write intermediate, but intermediate is really like real Korean speaking, real Korean listening, like of everyday news and everything. The listening exam was tough. My writing skill was poor. I was only good at grammar in such a way that if questions come for grammar, I can get all the marks, and listening was better. So I don't want to lie. My life was not really easy in language school. That's why I'm like, for now, with the skills that I gained, I better keep them and even cultivate more skills of Korean, because after Korea, I don't think I'll go to any other country which doesn't speak English. I'm not ready to learn other language. I'm not, because the stress that I went through in language school, I don't even want to think about it. The stress was so much. I remember, I think I was having anxiety, even depression when I was in language school. When I started sharing my language school lifestyle on this channel, I remember my face would be drowned in emotions because I know what I went through. I know what I went through. Now it's easier for me to say how I studied in Korea, because now I've cleared my consciousness that yes, it was a learning curve. Things were not okay financially. I was a struggling, starving student. That was the worst part of it. Struggling and starving student. So the good thing about our scholarship, dormitory was provided, breakfast was provided, dinner was provided, and I think on weekends we were getting lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think, yeah, on weekends that's when we used to get 3 meals. So yeah, that's how my life was in language school. But to say I was a really well-up student in terms of finances, no, I was not. It was a partial scholarship. The university was giving us 150,000 won, which was around, let's say, 140, 120, $140. And from that money, I was supposed to buy books for foreign language study. And the teachers always emphasized you have to bring new study books that were printed by the university. I think, yeah, it was a university press kind of foreign language study books where you have to write in the book inside for the teacher to check for you. So if you go with a book that is written something, the teacher will be like, why are you bringing a written book? That partly used to just tear me apart, because I was trying to save money as a student. I was not there to be buying books that I use 3 months and then I throw away the book. 3 months, I throw away the book. So we even debated with some teachers to say, teacher, the book is expensive. Can we just reuse other people's books? They're like, no, actually, you have to write in a clean book so that you remember what you are writing. Someone already make the book dirty, so you can't. So, yeah, I think I had my neighbor's door open. I don't know, I'm always conscious about my neighbors because Korean walls are very thin. And hi, Malima, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. So, yeah, I'm talking about my experience in Korean language school. So, yeah, I was not really well up in terms of money-wise. And later on, things got better, and then I started living in one room. That's when I realized Korean walls are very thin. My neighbor in the next apartment, like there was just a mini passage like that someone can actually squeeze through and walk outside. Like the distance between the building was like just one arm, like less than 500 meters, less than a meter. I think I could touch the wall of the next building. One day, I don't know if the guy or the girl who lived there brought their partner, and it was hot summer. Me, I was trying to sleep, from busy days of Korean language. I'm trying to sleep. I'm hearing, hey, there is so much drama in the next door. They were really enjoying themselves, like really, as if they would scatter down the whole apartment. They were noisy. The girl was crying with happiness. The guy, I was like, these people, are they crazy? They are all Korean people. And I was like, what's wrong with these people? Like, I don't get it. I didn't get it. Where's their bathroom? My bathroom was just next to my window was facing their window. So I had to go and close my door and close everything. If you hear any funny sounds, it's difficult to sleep. And it was not one case of the neighbor of different house. One person also in our building, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, brought their their girlfriend or their boyfriend. I don't know who was staying there. There was party in that house. Like late hours, they were happy over the moon, checking the whole house. Like later, we just heard the landlord sending messages to say, "I'm apologizing because I'm apologizing because yesterday you heard funny noises. It was the girl in this room, so I'm sorry everyone, it won't happen again." I told them, there's no secret when it comes to noise. The landlord can put in the group chat to say, Sheila was making noise yesterday, please stop that. Or maybe they can approach me secretly or send in the group chat to say to everyone, don't make noises in your rooms, that kind of stuff. So yeah, they didn't care, expressing themselves freely. They expressed themselves freely. So in Korea, all sounds of speaking, singing, dancing, or just funny noises of moving furniture, or just people who are happy and expressing themselves, those things are things that you have to avoid, because you may end up not getting a contract renewed because of silly things like that, of simply talking like the way I'm talking. If it's noise to someone, definitely the landlord will be pissed off and my neighbors will be pissed off. They can write notes on my door, Yeah. So I'm still on my experience in Korean language school. So this was part of the things that were happening around me when I was in Korean language school. And the other time also, the the very time I was staying at that apartment, that's when I was approached by a stalker who used to put letters on my door, but at first he put on wrong door. So my landlord knew about this development, and she was trying to facilitate that I like the person because the person was also a foreigner. And me in my head, I was like, I came to study, I don't know Korean, so I don't want to have a boyfriend who is even worse, foreigner. I'm not ready for drama, with that mind of saying, if anything happens, this is foreign land, I came to study, and I don't want anything to stop me from my studies or even make me lose my focus. So I was like, I'm not dating anyone whom I see physically. So I used to do online dating. I remember some of my boyfriends were online people that I met on Facebook or Badu or other dating sites. That was my lifestyle when I was in language school because I didn't want anything to make me lose focus. So people used to think that one of the guy that I really dated when I was in language school, they thought I knew him like personally, but no, we just met on Facebook. Because me, I didn't want to be quiet when everyone is talking about their girlfriend and boyfriend. So me, I was just referring to that person, and the more we were communicating with the person, so people thought, really, this was a serious relationship, and they thought that that guy was going to even marry me, that kind of thing. And those days, that's when Facebook was so good. And I remember at some time we write that in a relationship with, and then I put that guy's name for more than 2 years, you guys, and everyone was just like, oh, this or that, oh, this or that. And time moved and flied, and it really saved me from lots of issues. And I have to say about this story again of one guy. This happened when I was in language school. We used to go to write topic exam in another school in Daegu. So my leg is cramp. Oh, I'm trying to make it straight. So there's this guy from let me not say country because that person is also around the streets and the wife is also around the streets and the people around the streets. So let me say anonymous guy. He liked me and he was also doing Korean language and was going to study his major at some school. And my friend was friends to them, a lady friend. So it was my birthday, and guess what kind of present did I get? Korean language school. It was really something else because we could meet easily because our writing center for the exam was the place where this person was studying. So what I got as a present, I was shocked and was like, what? I mean, like, who in their right senses give such a present to someone? And to me, it was my first time to get such a present from someone who has never said with their mouth to say, can we date or something. That guy decided to give me a bikini set. And to my surprise, when I opened it, it was really my size. And I was like, how did he know it's my size? So I just pack it back and say to my friend who gave me, please go back with this thing. I don't want it. I don't. So, in language school. So yeah, it was like that. And I remember also in language school, we had some friends who came to study Korean because they were going to marry Korean people. Yes, he has been watching me. I'm sitting on the floor. He has been watching me. So some Chinese or Japanese or even Europeans came to study Korean because they were going to marry Korean people. So one of our classmates actually got married before we graduate our language school. And the other lady, she was even pregnant when we were in language school. So it was really funny for me. Like, it was my first time to study with someone. Not first time, when I was at University of Zimbabwe, we were only 2 students, ladies. So one of my classmates was older than me, and she at some time was pregnant, and she gave birth during holiday. So it was really strange for me to have a classmate who is pregnant. Anyway, she liked me, and we used to party in our class. Maybe next time I'll compile the pictures and make a video and do a voiceover so that you understand the stories that I'm telling in this video. So so that was life in language school. I really miss those days. Whenever I think about language school days, sometimes I feel like crying because I was stressed. I struggled with Korean. The first Korean exam for intermediate, I failed with 2 marks. I got 48%. Can you imagine? 48%. I only needed 2 marks to pass. I was depressed. I was depressed, and I used to cry a lot. Like, looking at my other colleagues who came with me same time that they were going to graduate school and I was remaining in language school, it made me lose hope. Like, I was like, what is going to happen to me? Because people were supposed to be sent back if you fail Korean. So in my case, because I was studying every day, morning class for 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then we go for lunch. So from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I used to go to a study room, and all the teachers knew that was my study lifestyle. So when I failed, the coordinator actually said, "Oh, you really worked hard. Okay, don't worry, you are going to study again." Closely watching. Yes, thank you, sister. So the coordinator actually said to me, "Don't worry, all the teachers are saying you are really hardworking, so we'll give you more time, 6 months. We'll give you 6 months extra. So when you pass 6 months, then you go to graduate school." I then studied more with extra effort so that I passed Korean language in 6 months. So I then wrote the exam, and then I passed, and I was so happy. I remember feeling like my dreams are now coming true, because after 18 months in Korean language, there was a time I used to be like just wondering, what if I just go to Zimbabwe, and what will people say? They'll say I failed because of Korean. So from that time when I failed, I started watching drama, animations. I started listening to Korean songs, just trying to have everything Korean, listening. So when I wrote the exam, my listening skill was the best, and I was so happy. I think my writing skill was the poorest, but I passed that time. I passed. I don't know how many times did I write to pass, but the time I passed, I was like, God, you are there. So when I went to graduate school, I studied 2 years, and then I was lucky that the marks that I used for graduating. So when you're graduating, you also show your Korean language score of level 4. So when I passed level 4 for my master's degree, I used the same mark to apply for PhD degree. So it was super good. Like, I had breathing space. Unlike in some cases, they would have said I should write the exam again. So it was valid within 2 years. So I used the same mark for graduation and used the same mark for admission into graduate school. So when I entered graduate school again, I relaxed a little bit and study for my major. And then 2 years before graduation, I started studying Korean again, so that when I graduate, I have a valid Korean mark. I wrote and failed. I don't know how many times. I'll open my account for TOPIK exam and see how many times I failed. So this is a video for motivation to anyone who wants to study in Korea, or who wants to study Korean alone. You can do it. And me, I'm one person who also did it by continuous study. I studied more and more. So, so based on that, like the effort that I put in Korean language, I don't want to make my efforts go nje, you know. I want to keep rekindling my Korean skill, writing, reading, everything. That's why for some time, I think from last week or 2 weeks, I've been posting shorts in Korean. I've been posting my description, putting some Korean words. Yeah, I know it's for my personal study and motivating anyone around me who is ready to learn Korean. I guess one day I'll do a challenge of speaking Korean for the whole day in my video. So good people, that's all about my Korean language experience. Experiences are there to teach us the way of life, and it may motivate someone who is planning to come to Korea and you may not be knowing what may come your way, but my stories may have some indication of what may come your way, and you can prepare accordingly. So thank you, good people. Yeah, it's been a while really since I did live stream. My internet was acting up, but I managed to finish the live stream. I don't want to make it longer, and my good people who are learning Korean language, get ready. I have written some notes for you. I've written some notes for you on Facebook. Where is it? On Facebook. Oh, I see a comment. You know, we don't have room for failure, especially when studying for tertiary education. Yes, that's the spirit. I think that's what made me keep on striving. Yeah, so good people, I will post my video for Korean language. It's right on my Facebook. Yeah, I was showing how to write. And I don't know if you see my logo. I think it's nice, this one, my Korean logo that I wrote here. I'm choosing to use this watermark. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me open it on Facebook so that you see what I'm seeing. I hope the internet is not going to act up. I want you to vote for my logo. I'm going to show my logo in few days to come. I'll show my logos that I want to use as watermark. Share screen. Okay. So this video is on my Facebook page, but I'll post it here. This is the video. And let's show you out, right? Korean alphabet. So the first letter. Okay. So let me keep quiet. Anyway, I can be talking because I muted that, but I wanted you to see that logo that I wrote. It's my logo that I'm planning to use for my videos. I have 2 ideas of writing my name in Korean mixing with English as my logo. So that one is she, and then the L is Korean, and Lee is a Korean part, and then the R is Korean. So I have many versions of my name that I'm writing as a logo. I don't want it to be clear to be Shelia in Korea for the whole video. I will just write Shelia in a good way, like a logo. Yes. So I will try. We give ourselves pressure when studying when we are older. Yes, I gave myself so much pressure. And it really helped, and it's paid off. It's paid off because now my current skill is not going away because I toiled for it. I slept day and night studying, and it was really a life-changing experience. That's all I can say. So if you haven't tried studying Korean, please, the new year is coming. Maybe if you want, you can make a resolution that you will study Korean. It's simple. 2 weeks, 1 week. Simple 1 week, you can finish the alphabet. It's just as simple as that. 1 week, you can do all the alphabet, memorize it, as long as you keep practicing. So that's why I wanted to say, good people. So I'll upload that video on my YouTube channel. It's my Monday motivation video. I guess I'll make it a Monday motivation video for study Korean with me. So thank you so much, good people. See you in my next video. Ciao ciao, good people. But I'll let the Korean study part finish, and then I'll just stop the video. I think I'll stop it right now when I finish to write other letters. I think they are K, T, P, and H. Did my video stop? Looks like my video stopped. Yeah, it had stopped. I don't know why. Can you imagine? So that's K. And that's T. And that's P. I think it's so simple to follow. I think it looks simple to follow. And that's H. So those are the letters of the Korean alphabet. I didn't write the vowels, but those are the ones which are consonants. Yes. So yeah, I will share more in the next videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Ciao ciao, good people.